What's up, Internet world? Matthew here. It is Monday, May 22nd, 2017. I'm at the gorgeous Cold Spring Harbor Hills Trail. I actually see Cold Spring Harbor behind me. Little peninsula, it sticks out in the harbor there. Cold Spring Harbor Labs is that way. It's a beautiful, overcast, semi-rainy day. And I wanted to catch up, or really continue from the last brain droppings. But first I need to address what happened this week. Thursday morning, we found out that singer and songwriter Chris Cornell had taken his own life. I have never cried over a celebrity death before. I really felt hurt from this. I'm not going to say I was his biggest fan, or I saw him in shows, or had his whole catalog. His music helped me through some of my darkest times, and I guess it's appropriate because he suffered from depression just like I do, and he lost. Now his wife, probably rightly so, blames the prescription drugs and the pharmaceutical companies because he was taking antidepressants that have been known to cause suicide. Say that as many times as you like, but our country, our society, allows doctors to prescribe medication to people to treat their depression that is known to have side effects, including suicide. It's a huge problem. It needs to be addressed. I'm not addressing it here, but I guess I am addressing it, but I'm not coming out for or against medications. That's not what this is about. Some people need medication just to get out of bed in the morning. I understand that. This is my medicine. This is what I do for myself. I guess you would say my condition's not severe, but this is how I maintain myself. I also have an amazing circle of friends, and I've been turning to them a lot. As I said in my last vlog, I've been very depressed lately. I've been in a depression, in a trough, biochemically speaking. But I've been doing everything I can to deal with it. Now, Chris was an incredible mind. He had an amazing talent for music. The world has lost something in his death. And it still hurts. But it was jarring to me. And to me, this was kind of the culmination of a lot of what I've been thinking. I should say it shook me a lot. In the last vlog, I said, once you make the choice to change, to get better, you have to embrace the suck that goes with that. Then you have to be ready and willing to address the things that are not serving you and to let them go. Whether that's religious, political ideologies, a relationship, a job, whatever it is that is holding you back, you need to let that go. And I've been working on that a lot. I talked with some really good people, especially the last week. It just seemed that I got everything I needed when I needed it. You know, this student was ready and the teachers appeared. Like I might have said before, I don't cry a lot. So I cried over Chris's death, but I was crying a lot this last weekend, the last few days, because, no, it was last week. It was Monday night. I went to a friend's house and I just let loose. And she was wonderful. She really talked me through a lot of my pain. And I'm very grateful that I have good people like that in my life. But it was not just a purgation of my emotions. It was the fact that I was really keeping myself in a place because I didn't want to let go of what wasn't serving me. I wanted to get better. I wanted to let go, but it was just so hard. And I think I figured out why. Is because I tied up my identity so much in exactly what was holding me back. Because I put judgments on it, I put expectations. And as the Buddha said, that is the source of suffering, is attachment. So another word for attachment would be expectations. I was talking with another friend this week, and we were talking about the nature of existence and consciousness, light coffee talk. And he said, if we let things be exactly as they are and we don't put judgment on them, then we're a lot freer. Now, I'm a very optimistic person, and I like to find the lesson in everything. I like to find the good in everyone. I like to, every cloud and a silver lining, bright side to a train wreck. That's me. Not that I don't obviously get into a negative state, but that's what I use to keep going. It's just this constant positivity, this constant, all right, this sucks, but I'm going to find something out of it. I'm going to make something out of it. I'm going to go. A friend said, why don't you just let what sucks suck? Why don't you just let what's bad be bad and what's good be good? Why do you have to find the positive in everything? It's a very contrary idea, so I let this mull in my head for a little bit. And, he was talking in contrast. If everything was wonderful, if we had no war, no crime, no poverty, if the world was a real utopia, would we know that everything was great? We wouldn't. It's the short answer. I've always hated this idea. And I use that word strongly. I've always hated the idea that, you had to have the bad to appreciate the good. But that was because I was raised in a faith that taught me that at one point, God will clean up the world and everything will be a paradise again, like it was supposed to be in Eden. And I really bought into that idea. I mean, it sounds great, right? But the more I thought about it, logically speaking, the more I realized when you look at nature, it's not all, unicorn farts and rainbows. It's actually, well, I guess you could say we put a negative spin on things. We put our judgment into things. Nature documentaries are a great example. Some people root for the gazelle and some people root for the cheetah. I root for the cheetah. But a lot of people could see that the death of that gazelle as something negative, but really the cheetah is keeping control of the population. If there were no predators, herbivores would eat the planet clean. We need the balance in life. We need that destruction. That's what I love about Hinduism, is that the main three aspects of God, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer, is that destruction is just part of that creation cycle. And we put so much in everything having to be right and everything having to be good. We don't accept things for what they are. And then we do the same thing to ourselves that we would do to somebody else. We expect a relationship to work out. We expect a job to pan out. We expect a religion to be right. A political ideology has to be. We have to defend this political person, no matter whether he or she is actually worth our attention. It's internal, reflected to the outside world. Now, for me, I realized that what I've been doing a lot in my non-existent romantic life is that I've not really been treating myself the way I need to in order to treat somebody else better. I'm not good to myself. I like me. I'm very proud of me. I love the things that I do. I love the talents that I have. I'm grateful for the people in my life, the skills that I've acquired. But I look at myself a lot of the times like I just created the most badass RPG character and I can't wait to send him on some quests. And that's the way I've lived a lot of my life. I might have mentioned that before. I just go mission to mission. I find something to do. I find a problem that needs to be solved, a shoulder that needs to offer itself to be cried upon. I'm always doing. I'm never sitting and just appreciating. For all my meditative practices and martial arts skills I've acquired, I keep missing that part. Yeah, I can let my breath relax and I can get my body in a great state and I can open my mind and have my senses attuned. But as I was talking to my nihilistic friend, have I ever really gone down deep and stripped everything away? And I tried that for a long time. And it got uncomfortable, I guess. Or it involved too much work, and I forgot that's what we need to be doing. I built up not just constructs. I did that a lot too. But I just found things to do. I just kept myself busy. Now, we do that a lot in our lives. A lot of times people throw themselves into jobs that mean nothing. They are watching mindless TV, and, a lot of people who are into personal development and spiritual development, they may see that and just go, oh, those people in their McDonald's and their reality TV. Well, we kind of end up doing the same thing. We keep going to all these spin classes and yoga classes and all these seminars, and I heard about this great new berry that cleans you out, and we're always looking for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And I caught myself doing the exact same thing. I wasn't accepting what was hurting and why it was hurting me. I was saying, okay, I'll find something else, or I'll figure out exactly what I need in a woman, or I just wasn't accepting me for me. I was appreciating myself but not loving myself. And how could I honestly expect to find somebody else to love and appreciate if I was always putting something on myself, if I wasn't being gentle with myself? It was a great poem my friend had shared. I think we've all seen snippets of it. Max Ehrmann, Desiderata, I can't pronounce it. I'm going to share it in the description below. But it was this great admonition to just remember that, as I said in my last vlog, nature moves on her own. The universe churns and turns. There is no immovable object. Everything is an unstoppable force. Sometimes we just get so caught up. And sad to say, sometimes it takes something so jarring to really just put the cap on this notion that you really have to stop sometimes. As I said in my last vlog, that's the nature of depression. It makes us pause and reflect. And I was doing a lot of thinking on the mechanics of what was wrong. I guess you could say I hadn't actually really stopped to look at myself enough. I was looking at everything I was doing, and everything I was thinking, and everything I was saying and learning. Wasn't really stopping to really look at myself and appreciate what I see. Now, to list the problems is one thing, but my friend gave me a great exercise. She said, look at your daughter. List the family and friends you have. Think about, not just think, but really feel through your connection to them. How grateful you are to them. She said, how does your daughter see you? Look at yourself in her eyes. Because if you can see yourself in her eyes, then you'll figure out what it would look like to be in a real, loving relationship with somebody else. To reflect off of each other that love and appreciation. She said, don't put notions of this is romantic love and this is familial love and this is... Just see love as love. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda says, love is 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 love. So that's where I'm at now. It's just pure acceptance. And it's not passivity. It is what it is. It's such a true statement, but it grinds against me because I've heard it so much and I've never... It became a meaningless platitude to the point where it kind of like grates on me a little bit. Eckhart Tolle calls it the great isness. I've talked about it before. I've talked about it. I've thought about it. Now the scary part. Now it comes time to feel it. And with what I've just tossed aside, not baby out with the bathwater, I haven't let go in anger. I know a lot of people, they leave relationships and there's anger and resentment. They leave a religion and they feel duped, a political party, and they feel like they were totally conned, and there's anger and resentment towards that group or that person. I didn't want that. I didn't want that at all. I wanted to go into this accurately and gently, not emotionally. So I've at least let go of what was holding me back. And then I had to realize I still have a lot more to go. But I'm good with that. I'm really in a good state. And considering the mourning I've been doing and the pain I've been feeling and still feel, I'm grateful. I'm just very, very grateful. And Chris, all your fans are going to miss you. I speak for, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to speak for everybody and say you affected us a lot, positively. And we're going to miss you terribly. But we've all got to move on. We've all got to move forward. We got to reach into that void a little bit. We got to strip everything down, look at us for who we are, and appreciate that. So that's me for today, signing off, and I will catch up with everybody soon.